Right now, a major employer in Madison is getting bigger, which means more jobs. The latest on the expansion and what kind of jobs they'll be offering. Also, Governor Evers sending in the National Guard to help hospitals with the COVID-19 surge, what they'll be doing as Wisconsin sets yet another record in new cases. And later, as we continue to move into a 5G world, why airlines say they're worried and what it could mean for Dane County travelers. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Those stories in just a bit, but first we do have breaking news that could have big implications on next month's primaries and beyond. A Waukesha County judge ruled late this afternoon that absentee ballot drop boxes largely cannot be used. The ruling restricts drop boxes to ones in local clerk's offices and only that voter themselves can drop off their ballot. It's a major win for Wisconsin Republicans who are also attempting to force the State Elections Commission to enact rules restricting drop box locations. Madison installed 14 of them around the city leading up to the 2020 election. Today's ruling will almost certainly be appealed. The conservative-controlled Wisconsin Supreme Court will likely have final say here. The primary is set for February 15th. One of the bigger employers in the area soon may have many new employees. Exact Sciences is expanding, and the huge project is generating support from the state. Tahlil Mohadeen is live on one of the company's campuses tonight with more. Tahlil?
Well, Eric, it's actually a two-parter that'll play out over the next few years. It's a project that should help a lot of people and one that'll benefit company leaders if they follow through.
We believe that Madison is an incredible place to work and to live and to grow a company.
Now, Exact Sciences plans to do that again. The company announced a $350 million project this morning, expanding its campus along the Beltline with more lab and warehouse space, and a research and development center in the UW Research Park.
There's a need now. There's a tremendous growth that is going on.
Leaders from Exact Sciences say it's a commitment to the city that helped them grow the cancer screening company from just a few employees in 2009 to 3,500.
One way to do that is by continuing to invest here.
More space means more jobs, more than 1,300 of them. Many will be entry-level with plenty of training. That's something the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is excited to see.
Exact Sciences not only has a great mission, but their business model is very aggressive and very exciting. So it's, important to look at that company and say, we want them here in Wisconsin.
The WEDC already offered Exact Sciences nearly $10 million in tax credits for past growth. This project led to another $18.5 million in credits if the company meets its expansion and hiring goals.
We have a track record with Exact Sciences that shows that when they say they're going to make this investment and do this job creation, we know they're going to perform.
The company has performed beyond cancer research, too, helping the state process tens of thousands of COVID tests during the pandemic. But this expansion is about a key goal, one the company has focused and expanded on since day one.
Unfortunately, cancer remains the #1 killer of people under the age 85. And our goal is to eradicate cancer.
Leaders from Exact Sciences say they're excited to be helping care for more people. The new job growth will be driven by demand for more testing over the next few years.
Tahlil, thank you. Time now to check your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti. Gary?
It was a mild day today across southern Wisconsin. Pretty nice by January standards, but colder weather is on the way beginning tomorrow. The time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville shows a little cloudiness early this morning, then plenty of sunshine, and now late in the afternoon into the evening, you start to see the high clouds starting to stream in from the west. Low temperatures this morning, mid-20s, not bad for this time of year. It's actually about not too far from where our average high temperature is, and high temperatures are right around 40. In fact, Madison at 40, Janesville 39. To the west, temperatures are in the low to mid-40s. Temperatures are starting to fall backward, 36 in Madison, but still above freezing through all of southern Wisconsin. Some snow is on the way for late tomorrow into tomorrow night. Most of the accumulating snow will be on the other side of the Mississippi River. Any accumulations across southern Wisconsin will be minor, but the cold air is what will arrive. Look for a low temperature tonight of about 17 with cloudy skies, and tomorrow cloudy, maybe some flurries west of Madison late in the afternoon. High temperature only at 22. That's almost a 20-degree temperature drop from today. I'll have more on even colder weather that's on the way in the forecast for later next week.
Gary, thank you. Wisconsin National Guard troops will help fill staffing shortages at hospitals and nursing homes in the coming weeks. Governor Evers says the troops are being trained as certified nursing assistants. About 50 soldiers were deployed to 6 nursing facilities during the past week. Another 80 soldiers who started training this week will deploy at the end of the month. A surge of COVID COVID-19 cases over the last several weeks has left hospitals dealing with staff shortages. The 7-day average of daily cases stood at 9,915 cases as of today, almost double from 2 weeks ago. Wisconsin setting another record in daily new cases today, surpassing 13,000 for the first time since the pandemic started. During a media briefing, the governor said his administration is working to provide support and resources to schools to be safe and keep kids in class. He also encouraged schools to host school-based clinics with help of DHS during drop-off and pickup times.
For the last 2 years, educators and parents have gone above and beyond to do everything they can to make sure our kids are in the classroom. So we will continue to support them in their efforts any way we can.
DHS Secretary-designee Karen Timberlake also said during today's briefing that 95% of the state's intermediate care beds and 95% of the state's intensive care unit beds are in use. Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway in Madison asking employers to make sure their workers can stay home and get tested if needed.
It would be my personal preference if we had required earned sick time. That's not something that's within the city's power to do at this point in time. We've been preempted by the state. But it is possible for employers to be generous.
She's also encouraging people to upgrade to an N95 mask if they can. She says community partners are handing them out, and that Public Health Madison and Dane County is making sure they are available for the public. Beloit College says it will require all students and staff to get COVID-19 booster shots by the end of the month. The college previously announced all students, faculty, and staff would be required to submit proof of a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours of their return to campus. Students are currently scheduled to return to campus January 24th. Those who have been unable to get vaccinated due to medical, religious, or philosophical reasons will still be required to undergo weekly testing. One person in custody after a shooting on Madison's north side this morning. Police say they were called to the 1900 block of Tennyson Lane north of Warner Park just before 10 after a caller reported hearing 3 gunshots. The caller was able to give police a description of the alleged shooter. Police do not believe there is any further danger to the public. The person in custody has not yet been identified. Authorities in Milwaukee say they are taking responsibility after the body of a woman in a burned out car went unnoticed by several firefighters. The incident started Sunday morning a little after 5 when a car rolled into an electrical box, sparked a fire. The woman inside the car was identified as 21-year-old Jenna Reikarts, but her body was initially missed by some 25 firefighters on scene, including several battalion chiefs. 4 hours later, a tow lot employee made the discovery.
I want it to ring very clear that a search of a recently extinguished vehicle is our responsibility, and we failed to uphold that standard in this situation.
A fire department captain told police in this medical examiner's report that water pressure from the hoses could have moved the woman's body to the back seat. Medical examiners say they are investigating Reikart's death as an accident. Police believe she was the only person in the car. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes is frustrated but not backing down from plans to test a body camera program. A city committee put the pilot program on hold last night. The city budgeted $83,000 to buy 48 cameras to go on officers on the north side to see if they'd work citywide. Some alders say they're worried about the funding here and feel the program doesn't have a finished plan yet. Some think money would be better spent on helping communities of color, but Chief Barnes says body cameras could save a lot of time during investigations.
You can always spend money on something else. The question is, what are we spending our money on now? We're spending our money and time on looking at complaints, on prosecutions, times that can be reduced.
Chief Barnes went on to say that the cameras would also help hold officers accountable for any wrongdoing they may conduct. He hopes to hold a public hearing on the pilot program sometime this year. And coming up, protesters are calling on elected officials to stop the construction of the fighter jet base here in Madison. We'll have the latest. Plus, friends and family welcome back members of the 115th Fighter Wing after completing their mission overseas. Stay with us.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 now at 6.
Celebrated as best of the year across the country, the New York Times calls it a timely show that has become a sensation and a wildfire, something every citizen must see. What the Constitution means to me. Tickets at overture.org.
Hire just a handyman and that bathroom update could take weeks or even months. But Mad City Baths can install in as little as 1 day. We're Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for baths, custom tub to shower conversions, and walk-in tubs. Don't go another year with that outdated bathroom. Call now and save. It's our 60-60-60 sale. 60% off installation of your new bath or shower. 60-month financing, low monthly payments, senior military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. Call during this program for a bonus with purchase. $250 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. Check us out online at madcitybaz.com or throughout South Central Wisconsin. Call 608-729-4466. Let me give you the number again, 608-729-4466.
Govan Cars is having a huge winter sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $15,995 or $249 per month. That's right, don't miss out on our winter sale with the best selection of SUVs, cars, or vans under $15,995 or $249 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol, Govan. Go to Govan Cars, east or west.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
See the boundary-breaking play that breathes new life into our Constitution and imagines how it will shape the next generation of Americans. Direct from Broadway, don't miss the 2019 Tony-nominated Best Play, What the Constitution Means to Me. Tickets at overture.org.
An emotional return from members of the 115th Fighter Wing. They got back earlier this morning from their final deployment with F-16 jets. Families and friends waiting at Dane County Regional Airport for the homecoming. It was an especially big day for 5 members of the unit who came home to new members of the family, babies who were born while they were overseas. About 300 members of the 115th touched down in Saudi Arabia in October to start their mission. From there, they joined up to provide air support for troops on the ground in the region.
And the Air Wing Commander there, Brigadier General Smith, summed up the 115th performance by saying it's the best fighter wing unit he's been with in his 26 years of service.
The F-16 fighters have been stationed in Madison since 1992. The next time the 115th Fighter Wing deploys, it'll be with the new F-35 jets. And speaking of those F-35s, local activists came out to the Dane County Airport to protest the transition to those new fighter jets. The protesters say they want local officials to stop construction of new facilities to handle the planes at Truex Field and instead clean up decades of PFAS contamination in the soil and water.
More people understood the issue at $80 million per weapon, per jet, what we could use that money for, especially now in the midst of the worst public health crisis that we have ever faced.
They also say the noise pollution from the jets can cause hearing damage. Right now, there are 2 legal actions at the federal level to stop the F-35 placement. They're scheduled to arrive next year. You've probably seen commercials talking about 5G, and while many are excited for it, others do have some concerns. Coming up in a special report, why for one industry, 5G is now a bigger issue for them than COVID-19. Plus, just how much longer we're going to see these warmer temperatures. Gary has his complete forecast when we come back.
The big in-stock winter blowout sale is on at Slumberland Furniture. Over 20 different sofas in stock and ready to go. Over 50 accent chairs and recliners too. Everything is on sale and shipping is free. Huge store-wide savings at Slumberland Furniture.
Did you know about 90% of people prefer a shower over a bath? That's why the tub-to-shower conversion is a popular choice here at Mad City Baths. Plus, now's a great time to call during our 60-60-60 sale. Take 60% off installation, 60 months financing, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. Call during this program for a bonus with purchase, $250 in Mad City cash for future home improvements.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
At iMart Express, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40. Using insurance, we accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. Glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at iMart Express.
Get year-end savings on everything in stock, including mattresses at the big in-stock winter blowout at Slumberland. Everything is on sale, including mattresses, and shipping is free. The big in-stock winter blowout at Slumberland Furniture. On sale and ready to go.
A higher level of 5G wireless service is coming soon to many bigger markets. Has the potential to not only make your phone faster, it'll create thousands of jobs and help expand broadband service. But right now, airlines say they want to make sure it doesn't interfere with safe air travel. In recent weeks, it's been a battle between the airlines and wireless carriers.
5G is now the biggest issue facing the airline industry. It's remarkable to say in a world where we're still in COVID.
The launch of a new ultra-wideband 5G service has been pushed back twice. Now it's set to go next Wednesday, the 19th, using frequencies that airlines say could interfere with instruments used to land aircraft.
Where it's going to be most apparent to you, the traveler, right at first, is that we will not be able to do low visibility approaches anymore.
Madison area resident Jeff Skiles knows a thing or two about landing planes. The co-pilot of the Miracle on the Hudson now pilots the 787 Dreamliner for American Airlines.
The FAA, their primary purpose is to protect the safety of the traveling public, and that's you and me. So they aren't going to allow us to do the kind of operations that we can do today with radio altimeter data if the 5G becomes a problem. And I say if because nobody knows.
And based on that unknown, just this week, the FAA named 50 airports that will have so-called buffer zones to counter potential interference from 5G. Madison isn't in line to have that ultra-wideband 5G service until late next year, so it's not on that list. But News 3 Now has learned wireless carriers have petitioned the city for roughly 50 to 60 permits for new cell towers.
From a municipal standpoint, that we are purely the gatekeepers of the permits.
It's a constant process for the city as wireless carriers increase their technology.
The first step is that the cell phone company decides that they need to build there. So then the second step is finding a location and then working with the city or the municipality to find a proper location that abides by all of the guidelines and the aesthetic guidelines that are in place.
So what about those 50 to 60 permits for new towers and their proximity to Dane County Regional Airport?
Nothing close to the airport. And if they are going to plan on trying to apply to be closer to the airport, they would definitely need to have to go through the FAA. And there's probably a stronger list of rules that they would have to abide by.
14 of the 18 destinations out of Madison have the so-called 5G buffer zones, but 4 of them, Reagan National and D.C., along with Denver, Tampa, and Atlanta, will not. A lobbying group that represents the wireless industry points to successful 5G coexistence with airlines in Europe. In a statement, it says, quote, nearly 40 countries already use 5G in the C-band with no impact on aviation. But there are some differences.
My understanding is they use slightly different frequencies. They use lower power transmitters on their towers. So it's not quite the same as what we have here or what's proposed to be distributed here in the U.S.
The airlines say it warrants further study.
You know, this isn't a done deal. It really has never been studied. And that's really the problem. The Department of Transportation and the industry is asking the cellular industry to say, give us some time to find out if this is a problem at all. It may not be.
Now, 5G is a big deal. It'll mean jobs and figures to be a key piece in expanding broadband to rural areas. The wireless industry has paid more than $80 billion to acquire that bandwidth. Airlines say without a solution, those flights will have to be delayed or maybe canceled, and that could impact an estimated 32 million flyers this year. Government agencies remain optimistic about a solution. Again, without further delay, the 5G rollout will happen next Wednesday. Well, let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and a complete look at your forecast. Gary?
Well, right now, it was actually be a nice day today. If we look at Doppler track, really nothing happening across Wisconsin, but way up in the upper left corner of the screen, there's some snow starting to show up across parts of North Dakota and southern portions of Canada. That system will dive southeastward, and for us, the main impact will just be cold air, but not far out to our west and then eventually to our south and southeast. That will be a major winter storm. Notice on future track, clouds coming in tonight, but even having cloud cover, usually that keeps our temperatures up. It will be colder because of the wind shift to the northeast, and that's what we're seeing. But that northeasterly breeze is rather dry, at least for now. It's just feeding cold air into moisture that's coming up from the south and feeding into the system out to the west of us. So notice by 7 a.m. tomorrow, pretty widespread snow through much of the southwestern half of Minnesota, much of the western 2/3 of Iowa. And then as we head through the day, that dry air kind of acts like a wall. So a little of the snow gets through. There might be a couple of flurries as far east as Madison, maybe a couple of snow showers or flurries tomorrow night. But west of the Mississippi River, mainly a continuous snow there, and some of that snow could be heavy at times. Then by Saturday, that all shifts to the south, and then eventually that becomes a big storm that heads up to the eastern seaboard. But as we head into Sunday, the winds become a little more southerly. Temperatures at least bounce back into the middle 20s, and then we could see a couple of flurries by Sunday afternoon. Now, as far as future track snowfall, you can see the dramatic difference that dry air makes across much of southern Wisconsin. If we see any snow at all, it'll be less than an inch of accumulation in most places, just a dusting of that. But you get closer to the Mississippi River, maybe an inch or two over western Grant County, western Crawford County. You get on the other side of the Mississippi River, those amounts start going up to 2, 3, 4 inches. And then through central Iowa, southwestern Minnesota, maybe a foot of snow in some spots. And that could be the case as the storm heads back to the northeast along the eastern seaboard. But notice winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories west of the Mississippi River. You have travel plans tomorrow going in that direction. You might want to rethink them, allow extra time, or wait until after the snow is over. 3 things you need to know. Below normal temperatures return for tomorrow and last through the weekend. Then we'll see that snow, again, very little for southern Wisconsin, much more to the west in Iowa. And then another shot of even colder weather by the end of next week when wind chills could drop to as cold as 10 to 20 below zero in the morning with actual low temperatures just above zero. For tomorrow, 22. That's about a 20-degree temperature drop from today with mostly cloudy skies, maybe a couple of flurries late in the day. The best chances west of Madison. But again, if we see any accumulating snow through early Saturday morning, it's going to be very light, maybe an inch or two out toward the Mississippi River, heavier amounts just west of the Mississippi River. 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures below normal through Sunday, near normal for Monday and Tuesday. Some light snow Tuesday, followed by a shot of colder weather. Highs in the teens, nighttime low temperatures, single digits for the second half of next week through the weekend.
And coming up in sports, for Lodi Wrestling, it's all about living the cycle. How that mindset translates to success on and off the mat. Our Coach of the Week is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The Lynx device stops reflux by using magnets to strengthen the muscle at the end of the esophagus, and this prevents acid from flowing from the stomach back into the esophagus.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Imagine relaxing in a walk-in tub from Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source with installations in as little as 1 day. Or choose a custom shower with upscale patterns like sandalwood and white slate infused with microban for easy cleaning. Time is running out to give us a call during our 60-60-60 sale. Call right now for 60% off installation of your new bath or shower. 60 months financing, low monthly payments, senior military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. And last chance to call during this program for a bonus with purchase. $250 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. Check us out online at madcitybaths.com or throughout South Central Wisconsin. Call 608-729-4466. Let me give you the number again, 608-729-4466.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again.
Because together, we're working on something more real.
Elbows in.
With a real plan and coach for real 360 support. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from reflux, please join us for our upcoming seminar on the LINX device, a new and innovative treatment to stop reflux.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
With skilled trades workers in high demand, one local high school is giving students a priceless chance to learn. I'll visit their classroom with my eye on education.
And it's still possible to see some lighter snowfall out west. I'll have details tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
December 21st was the last time Wisconsin lost. The team that beat them, Ohio State, is in town tonight. Now, yesterday, the Badgers said they circled this date on the calendar after what happened in Columbus. This one tipped off not even 25 minutes ago. UW with an early lead just about halfway through the first. We'll have highlights and reaction coming up tonight at 10. It's come full circle for Cody Endress. He wrestled at Lodi and was part of a state championship team. Now he's the head coach with the goal of winning another. But the bigger picture is his main focus, which is why Endress has the Blue Devils live the cycle. Wrestling is just different at Lodi.
There's a huge tradition here, and the tradition is all about winning.
State isn't a goal.
Keep circling and hooking.
It's an expectation.
When you wrestle a Lodi guy, you better be ready to battle for 6 minutes because it's going to be a tough, gritty match.
And for Cody Endress,
lift.
That grit starts at practice.
The harder you work, it's easier it gets.
Whereas Blue Devils live the cycle.
If effort's over here and success is over here, when you put great effort into something, it leads to success. And when you have success in something, naturally, you're going to put more effort into it. Good. That's good stuff.
It's a simple cycle for success.
You're working hard in here. It's going to translate on the mat when you're competing out there.
Get set.
But Endress doesn't want live the cycle just for wrestling.
Live the cycle. In everything you do, wrestling, school, your relationships, your personal life, put great effort in everything and success is going to come. Go!
He wants his team to use that cycle for life.
This sport is life training, so it's so important that we take it really seriously because it makes a big deal in people's lives.
That's the coolest thing about wrestling. It's probably one of the best sports to teach you life lessons. Say you're having a bad day at work or whatnot, you got to be willing to push through, finish the day, and have, come out on top, just like wrestling.
You got to keep going. You were meant to push him, yes.
And just a reminder, it's real simple to nominate your coach to be our next Coach of the Week. Just head to the sports page on our website and fill out the nomination form, or you can send me an email. Gary?
Skies are clouding up across southern Wisconsin, but temperatures are still pretty mild. Right now we're at 36 in Madison. Temperatures are above freezing through all of southern Wisconsin, but some light snow is on the way from late tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night, mainly west of the Mississippi River. Just a few snow showers and flurries with very minor, if any, accumulations across southern Wisconsin. But temperatures will turn colder. Look for a low tonight of about 17, high tomorrow only of about 22 with cloudy skies, and temperatures remain on the cold side through the first half of next week and get even colder for the second half of next week.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Have a great evening. We'll be back here tonight at 10.